Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of Brutal Foods. I'm your host, Chef Ian Spooky Foods, and today I will be taste testing a number of Halloween goodies. Do not be alarmed of my crispy and delicious appearance. 'Tis only an illusion to celebrate this holiday of horrors and candy and snacks. Today I'm going to be taste testing a number of different Halloween themed goodies. The specific number, I actually don't know. I got some things that look good, some things that look bad, and some things that look downright sad. So you know it's going to be a good day. First up, I've got freeze-dried spooky bites by Sow Good Candy. I've never heard of Sow Good Candy. It's an odd name with an odd logo, but the fact that it's limited edition is a little bit enticing. Hyper dried, hyper flavorful, hyper crunchy. The back of the packaging claims that their candies are the classics that I love with a crunchy twist. Intensified flavor, expanded size, and long lasting. The three things I consider necessary for a good time. The back of the packaging is mostly just propaganda about freeze-dried candy. My question is, which candy is this? If it's the classics I love, I should be able to recognize things, right? Holy God. These things are massive. They're like giant, look at how big that is. They're giant, scary chunks. Look at how big this one is. What is this? This just looks like straight up styrofoam. So we got purple, we got white, and we got orange. And as far as I can tell, I don't know what these are. Skittles, possibly? It does say that there's expanded size, but how much bigger do they expand? I wonder what these are. I wonder if I'll be able to tell from the taste. I'm not a huge fan of fake orange or fake grape flavor, so I'm gonna try the white one first. Sour. Ooh, sour, sour, very sour. Not bad, but sour. I don't think it's sour. It does feel very light and airy, and it dissolves in my mouth very quickly, which I like. I just wish I knew what the flavor was. I think this tastes like a sour apple to me. Wow, that is really sweet. I think I'm understanding the freeze-dried candy a bit. It is strange in kind of a pleasing way. The initial crunch and the candy just kind of collapses in your mouth and then fades away. It's pretty good. Try the orange one here. Well, that was definitely pumpkin spice. I did not expect pumpkin spice. Oh my God. I expected like a sour orange flavor or something. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of pumpkin spice. Definitely not in like a candy form. Well, I was on board with the white sour one. But the orange one's no go for me, no go. Let's see about the purple one though. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing at once. Kind of reminds me of like a Dum Dum, like a grape Dum Dum. It's pretty standard fake grape flavoring, of which I'm really not a fan. You know, I said it kind of melted away and dissolved, but it's actually sticking to the back of my teeth. The structure of the candy collapses into a kind of paste and layers it atop my tooths. Okay, well, if I'm ranking these, it's going white, purple, orange easily. And overall, I think these are okay. If I liked the flavor offerings more, I would like this a lot better. But I don't like the pumpkin spice, and the grape is not for me. I'm gonna give this a 4 on the spooky scale. It gets some points for being kind of unique. The freeze-dried angle, it is a bit different. And they're not wrong, it's definitely sweet enough and large enough to get your sweet tooth fix in just a couple of bites. All right, these are Peeler's Gummy Mummy. They are a peelable candy made with real fruit juice by Amos, the world's candy innovator. You never heard of them. Really all it says, the flavors are apple and orange and strawberry, so I guess that's all we need to know. Well, it smells good. Definitely looks like an overload of orange to me, which seems like a bit of a scam. I would like to see some more reds in there, but you get what you get. Okay, there we go. Red, green, orange. I suppose I have to try all of them, right? Let's start with the orange. Now my question is the peel? I guess you're supposed to peel it, so I just kind of rip it. Oh, there we go. Do I eat the mummy wrap or the brains first? I guess I'll go for the brains. The brains are very sticky. That tastes like a soft and chewy and subtly orange snack. Not an overwhelming orange flavor, pretty good. The mummy peel, or the mummy wrap, tastes about the same as the brains, but it's a lot more firm. I actually like the outside a lot better. Let's go with, what's this, apple? It's actually kind of surprising to me how less sugary they taste than the freeze-dried ones. The freeze-dried ones were actually really aggressive. Okay, brains first. Also a very pleasant, nice, subtle apple flavoring, not too overwhelming. I gotta say, I like the peels better than the brains. I like the firmness of the peel. The brains are extremely but I do really like the peels. The problem here is that you can't peel them without getting incredibly sticky. And if the flavor is the same, it's just the texture difference, I don't really understand, like I don't see the point. Is it supposed to be because it's fun? You can't do something just because it's fun. Now for the strawberry, one of my favorite candy flavors, I'm gonna eat it peel on just to see how that affects the experience. That's the way to do it. When you bite into it, peel on, you don't get sticky fingers, and you get a nice combination of the firmness of the mummy wrap with the squishiness of the brains. It's actually not too bad. Nice flavors. I'm not crazy about the orange one, but I would eat them. And I like that they're not overly sweet. Tasty. I'm not sure about the peelable function. I don't think I would use that very often if I were to down a full bag of this candy. However, were I a child and still able to enjoy things without constantly complaining about them, I think that I would find the peelable feature pretty fun. All in all, an enjoyable experience. I'm going to give these a 7 on the spooky scale. All right, now for something cheesy. I got Goldfish Limited Edition Dunkin' Pumpkin Spice flavor. Now, I'll admit that this is not specifically a Halloween-themed snack, but a fall-themed snack. I just wanted to give this one a try. It seemed interesting. Oh, wait, these are like grams? Pumpkin spice graham cracker goldfish. I kind of thought it was gonna be actual goldfish, but pumpkin spice flavored, and that sounded horrific to me, but this just kind of sounds uninteresting now. They smell sweet, they smell all right. There's a whole school of graham cracker fish down there. I feel like these are gonna taste like Dunkaroos or something like that. Oh, these are tasty. Oh yeah, it's a soft graham cracker. Mixed with the spice, it tastes a lot to me like a Biscoff cookie. Buttery, sugary. My one note is that I don't know that I taste pumpkin spice, but it does still taste good. Ooh, I'll eat a whole bag of these. Okay, I gotta put them away. There's too much more to eat today. Very simple flavor, very simple snack. Again, reminds me a ton of a Biscoff cookie, maybe a little bit softer, with some sugary spice on top. Not necessarily Halloween themed, but a very nice snack that does not taste too sweet to me. I'm gonna give it a 9 on the spooky scale, surprisingly. Maybe knock it down to an 8. The aftertaste, not my favorite. I gotta say, I thought this bag would be resealable. They're lucky I don't take off more points for not having a resealable bag. Okay, since we're already on the Dunkin' train, I've got Dunkin' all in on pumpkin cold brew concentrated coffee. Lately I've been trying to cut down on caffeine a bit. I have not been drinking very much coffee, so this is a bit of a treat to me. Although at the same time I hate cold brew. So, you know, I'm not really sure why I got this. Ooh, it smells very strongly of coffee. Whoa. Oh, that's awful. Ugh. So, it tastes like coffee. It kind of tastes like burnt, over-roasted coffee. I don't taste, what is this supposed to be, pumpkin pie? I don't taste pumpkin anything. I taste cold brew coffee. I feel like every time I have cold brew coffee, I'm left with this cold brew coffee. It's just got a weird aftertaste, this cold brew stuff. Ah! Oh, you're supposed to mix it with water. Fill a glass with ice, mix in 6 fluid ounces coffee, 6 fluid ounces water. Well, I don't wanna do that. That's too many steps. I got some water here. I'm just gonna like mix it in my mouth and we'll see if that helps. Bad. I can taste the pumpkin spice a little bit more, but I don't like cold brew. I don't like pumpkin spice. I don't like anything about this. 1 on the spooky scale. That gets a no from me. Okay, I really want to get the cold brew taste out of my mouth, so let's go with something that I feel is going to be salty and flavorful. These are Takis zombie flavored. I'm sure you're probably wondering, well, Ian, what does a zombie taste like? Apparently, habanero and cucumber and tortilla chips. I like Takis. I don't get them usually, but I have had some that I quite enjoy. This one specifically says that it's extreme heat, so maybe it will burn all of the cold brew coffee flavor out of my mouth. Well, it sure looks like Takis in there. I don't know what it is about Takis, but something about the way they look sets me off. I think it's the way the flavoring looks on it. Like something about the powder just doesn't look right to me. I don't know. Well, that's really bizarre. It does indeed taste overwhelmingly like a cucumber. The cucumber flavor is intense. It's all I taste at the beginning of the bite, and then the habanero stinkiness kind of comes in as I eat. Well, the good news is that I no longer taste Dunkin' cold brew monstrosity. The bad news is that now I taste cucumber, and I don't know if that's really an improvement. It's not really that I've got something against cucumber. I like cucumbers in a salad, but I don't know that I like them as a chip. There's something I do really like about Takis is that you can really taste the tortilla chip base. Even when the flavor is really strong, I feel like it's easy to pick up on the tortilla chip, and I like how tortilla chips taste. I'm gonna try this one. It's got a whole lot of flavor on it. I'm trying to warm up to the cucumber flavor, but I don't know, it may just not be for me. Well, what they say is what you get. Mostly cucumber. I gotta say, as I eat, I taste habanero less and less. As for the spice level, they are hot. I don't know that I would call them extreme. I'm not exactly the spiciest guy out there. I don't like super hot things, but this is fairly manageable. Probably hotter than like a Flamin' Hot Cheeto or something. If the idea of a salty and spicy tortilla chip that turns your fingers green is appealing to you, you gotta go out and get these. For me, I see it more as a novelty chip. It's fun to try, you know, and experience a cucumber flavored chip because I've never done that before, but it's not one that I would reach for off the shelf. I would pick one of their basic flavors instead. So I'll give this a 5 on the spooky scale. Honestly, I wish I had some French fries. I know it would be cannibalism at this point, but it sounds really good. Cannibalism in general just always had this really fun ring to it, you know? Well, we've got another entry from Sow Good Candy. Freeze-dried, terrifying taffy. Oh my God. The size of these things, dude. It looks like it fucking exploded. So this, despite how it looks, is not some sort of cancerous tumor. It is a freeze-dried taffy, supposedly. It looks like a hunk of mine own flesh. It smells like licorice. Oh, the flavors are on the bag for this one. It's licorice and orange, 2 of my most favorite flavors. It's so weird. It's crunchy yet soft. This one is much softer than the last one. The taste is not bad. It tastes kind of like an orange Starburst or like a creamsicle. But as you chew, it really does become like a taffy. It rehydrates in your mouth and becomes what it once was. It's very bizarre. Are there more synonyms of strange, weird, bizarre that I could use? Off-putting? I don't hate it. Even though it's orange, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Now for the licorice one. I mean, licorice is just kind of licorice, right? It shouldn't be too surprising. It's just like a black licorice jelly bean or something. Now, I used to be a fan of black licorice. When I was a kid, I liked it. But now I've grown up, seen the error of my ways, and realized that everybody who likes black licorice is a fucking freak. I'm not even gonna finish it. I can't, it's just black licorice that's soft and freeze-dried. Gross. The orange one's not bad though. This one's not that great. I don't think the flavor combination is great. Like orange and licorice, I don't know who they're trying to appeal to. Even though the orange one was not bad, I'm gonna give this a 2 on the spooky scale. It gets points for being freeze-dried. I would be interested in trying more freeze-dried candies because they do feel very strange. It's like an alien interpretation of our flavors. But the people over at Sow Good Candy, I can't say that I like their flavor choices all too much. Ah man, I've been eating all this sugar and I feel like I've had the sugar rush and now I'm getting the sugar crash. So it's a perfect time for Witch's Brew energy drink. Never have I heard of Alani Nu energy drinks, but this was Halloween themed. Looks like it's gonna be a caramel apple flavor. I do like the caramel apple pops, one of my favorite Halloween goodies. Ah, good, good. It contains 0% juice, so that's something worth bragging about. Not recommended for children, people sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, or women who are nursing. Well, unfortunately, I'm all of those things, but I'm gonna drink it anyway. It smells extremely apple-y. Apple-y? Apple-y. It smells extremely apple-y. You know, it does taste like a caramel apple pop, surprisingly. I'm honestly a little bit shocked that it tastes so close to the thing that it's imitating. Usually I feel like things don't get so close. I think the one downside of flavoring your energy drink as a candy is that it does taste doubly sweet. Oh, my stomach's not happy with it, but that is probably related to what I've been feeding it the past hour or so. I'm pretty picky choosy with my energy drinks. I don't drink them all too often. This one's a little bit aggressive with the flavor, but it is taste as it says it do. I think I'm gonna give it a, well, hold on. Is being higher on the spooky scale a good thing or a bad thing? I don't remember. You could argue that being spookier on Halloween is a good thing, but you could also argue that I'm saying that it's spooky and scary and I don't want to eat it. I'm gonna give this one a 6 on the spooky scale. Okay, now that I'm all energized up, you can see it in my eyes. Okay, now I'm all energized up. You can see it in my eyes. The energy is just flowing through me. So let's eat some more junk food. Okay. I am immediately regretting the energy drink. This is gonna sound shocking, but I'm not sure that it's a good idea to down a bunch of sugary foods, cold brew coffee, and then wash that down with a caramel apple flavored energy drink. I'm starting to think that it might be unwise. Anyway, this is Little Debbie's Fall Pumpkin Deluxe. Now these really leapt off the shelf for me. They look horrific. No real description of the cookie on here. I guess what you see is what you get. Is Little Debbie and her Fall Pumpkin Delights. Best if used by October 11th. That's just like a couple days from now. I enjoy Little Debbie's. Well, I used to eat a bunch of Little Debbie stuff, like Nutter Butter, oatmeal cream pies, the Santa cakes, all great snacks. This just looks odd. They're smaller than I thought. You know, they're not quite the same size as my face. They don't look quite as happy as they do on the box, but that's okay. Now I'm assuming that I should assume the flavor is going to be pumpkin, right? It's pretty good, it's very soft. Honestly, sometimes Little Debbie snacks are too soft. Is that possible? Like it feels overly moist to the point where it's wet almost. It reminds me of wet breads, okay? I don't like wet breads. I guess it tastes like pumpkin. It tastes like a gingerbread to me. I don't taste the filling at all, despite having eaten half of his face off. It essentially tastes the same off of the floor as it does out of the packaging, so that's a positive. My stomach doesn't feel good. Again, I don't think that's Little Debbie's fault. I think it's probably a situation of my own design. And a lot of people tell me, you know, you could film these different days, like you don't have to eat everything at once. And I'm always just like, no. But as far as like a soft cookie goes, it's pretty good. I'm still gonna give it like a 4 on the spooky scale. It's just, if I'm gonna get something Little Debbie, I'm not gonna get these. There are so many other choices I'd rather get than the fall pumpkin delights, but it's still not so bad. It really makes me wish I had more salty snacks, but I just didn't see that many chips available. Ugh. It's all candy. It's like the further I get into this video, the more I realize that Halloween blows. All right, this is the Rotten Original Gummy Worms. I think out of all the snacks that I procured for this video, this seemed to be the most horrific and Halloweeny to me. Kind of looks like Pepe the Frog on crack or something. It claims to be gut friendly, which sounds good to me right now because my gut is not happy. And also says 70% less sugar than the leading brand, which I'm assuming is Trolli gummy worms, right? The colors come from fruits, veggies, and superfoods, so that sounds positive. It's sweetened with chicory root fiber, monk fruit, and allulose. Allulose. What's allulose? Greetings, it is I, Dr. Rotten. My clones and I have made a magnificent new discovery. There is a freak inside each and every one of us. I've been saying that for years. With your assistance, we can unleash an army of freaks to build a freer, more fabulous, more freaky world. Now go, my little grubby, and feed your freak. Listen, dude, Dr. Rotten, I just want to eat a gummy worm. I got no desire to start an army. Don't like the smell. Okay, my initial impression is they look kind of sad, but I guess that's the natural coloring. So we've got loopy lime and messy mandarin, weirdo watermelon and slobberin' strawberry, and scary cherry and barfin' blue raz. Dude, Dr. Rotten, don't describe one of your flavors as barfin'. Come on. Well, I can tell you right now that they're not lying when they say there's 70% less sugar. I don't really know what the value is in having a candy that's absolutely not sweet at all, but Dr. Rotten does, apparently. Okay, so here's what they got right. The texture, very nice gummy worm, chewy texture. I like it. It's a little more solid than a Trolli gummy worm, but not in a bad way. I think that's about all they got right. It really does not taste like anything. Okay, I take that back. The lime and orange one does taste citrusy. It's still very faintly, and man, it could really use some sugar. So once again, if you avoid sugar, this could be a good snack, but if I'm getting candy, I want it to be candy. This one gets a 2 on the spooky scale from me. No redeeming factors, but it's not gross. If it was gross, it would get a 1. But as it stands, it's just kind of nothing. I'm both losing steam while also feeling really wired. So that's a good place to be in. Okay, well, I kind of regret getting these. These is Trolli limited edition Mountain Dew Sour Bright Crawlers. Once again, this item is not specifically Halloween themed, however, it is limited edition around the time of Halloween, so I figured it would be fair game. I also kind of wanted to compare and contrast the two different gummy worms, but now I want to stop eating sugar, so it doesn't seem as good of an idea to me as it did in the store. But you know, that's not gonna stop me. We're here, let's do it. Smells weird. I can't say that I'm a frequent drinker of Mountain Dew. How would you describe the flavor? Is Mountain Dew a lemon lime drink? There's 3 flavors, original citrus cherry, original citrus, and original citrus blue raspberry. Let's just start with a green one. I mean, I like how they look. I like how they look, and I think they look how I like. I mean, that's a trolley gummy worm, that's for sure. That's not bad. I don't know that it tastes like Mountain Dew or not, but it tastes like a trolley gummy worm. Try a red one here. It tastes very red. It's very sweet. I like them a lot better than the rotten ones. Try a blue one. Blue one is okay. And while it's, you know, a huge step up from the flavorless, sugarless gummy worm version, I would say that it's a step down from the regular bag. I really like the flavors of the regular trolley gummy worm flavor. The flavors? Mountain Dew heads, this one is probably for you. I'm gonna say this one's like a 5 on the spooky scale. About what I expected. No big surprises, not really that spooky, but still pretty good. I feel like I'm fading fast over here. So let's pick up the pace. This is the Favorite Day Eerie Witch Gummy Noodles. I'm pretty sure I got this one at Target, at the front of the store where they put all the cheap stuff. I kind of have a feeling it's just gonna taste like gummy candy. See here, you got your noodles and you get oh, I hate this stuff. I don't like the goop. Like the candy goop, I don't like it. What's this? Okay, so I guess I actually have to construct this. You got your noodles here. This is a witch finger, sour apple, and a sour spider. Popping candy, obviously it wouldn't be complete with the popping candy. And then the broth is our edible slime. This is making my teeth hurt just looking at it. I will say it looks very scary. Not only does it look scary, but the idea is scary. How am I supposed to eat it? Fuck. Okay, well, I've got a spoon, I guess. You know, I've been losing weight lately. Don't have much else to say about it, but for some reason it felt relevant to mention it at this moment. That is just pure, straight sugar. It tastes like brains. Let me try a different gummy. Ugh. It's too much. It's too much. I'm sure kids would love this, but holy crap. I'll try one of the witch's fingers, I guess. You know, it's really great to be chewing and ingesting this food and look down and see in big letters, contains a bioengineered food ingredient. That sounds safe. This is pure straight sugar, and I'm very curious as to how many people this is supposed to serve. One person should not eat all this. I've eaten too much of it already. It says about 3.5 servings per container, so you're supposed to share this amongst 3.5 children. I think I gotta give it points for being something that you assemble and make like a witch's brew. I think that's a pretty fun idea. I like the inclusion of the Pop Rocks. I haven't had Pop Rocks in a long time, so it's nice to experience those again. But oh my God, it's just straight sugar that mostly tastes like the green apple slime that you put atop it. And it is not, all of the food is not mixing well together in my French fry belly right now. This one's pretty scary. This is one of the scarier things I've had. I think the only thing that rivals it in terms of sweetness is the energy drink. Just for the sheer horror of this one, I'm going to give it a 9 on the spooky scale. Still can't remember if that's a good or a bad thing, but I find it pretty spooky, and so 9 it gets. Okay, but we're in the home stretch now, only a few more things. So let's keep this train rolling. Let's get it done. Oh my God, it's Mr. Beastables. Limited time Mr. Beast Feastables. Creamy peanut butter jack-o'-lantern. Is anyone Mr. Feast? Did someone take the Mr. Feast name? Is it too late to rebrand myself as Mr. Feast to try and piggyback off this guy's views? I'm pretty sure I tried Mr. Beast's chocolate last year. I don't really remember how I felt about it. This is the peanut butter kind, and oh look, lucky me, you can discover 1 of 5 faces, so you can try to collect them all. Okay, it looks, I guess it looks different than the one on the package. I bet all the faces are so varied and drastically different. I do really enjoy a peanut butter cup though, so let's see. It's okay. I feel like The filling tastes good. It's a little gooey. I don't know if you can see, it's like kind of like a drippy, gooey filling instead of like a Reese's kind of fluffy, soft filling. It tastes fine though, very peanut buttery. The chocolate seems very cheap, and it also melts instantly like the second I touch it. The filling's very good though. I like the peanut butter filling. Wouldn't choose it over a Reese's any day, but it's not bad. I don't think I'd like the chocolate by itself, but I think there's a good ratio of filling to chocolate. Balances nicely, and the peanut butter flavor kind of masks the cheapness taste of the chocolate itself. Very rich, generously sized. If I hadn't eaten so much junk food and candy today already, I would likely finish this treat, even though it's not my favorite. As it stands though, it's gonna go back in the packaging, and I'll give it a, I don't know, a 4 on the spooky scale. I'd rather eat a Reese's, what do they do, ghosts? Pumpkins? Do they do pumpkins too? I think they do ghosts. I'd rather eat a Reese's ghost. We're down to our last 2 treats for the day, and this one should be pretty easy. This is Sklittles. They're kind of like a mini M&M situation. I really love mini M&Ms. And I don't know, I just had to try the Sklittles because I'm a big Skittle fan. I do like that there is some spooky branding, so spooky, so tiny. Can't really be sure what makes them spooky, but maybe I'll find out when I open it. So here's how many the Skittles are. I don't really have anything to use for scale, but here's my finger, if that's helpful. That's a Skittle. You know, I'm so glad that they retired the green apple Skittle, finally. I don't know whose crazy idea it was to replace the lime Skittle with green apple, but I hope they got fired. I took it extremely personally. They're Skittles, but smaller. And unlike something like an M&M's Mini or a Reese's Thins, where I feel like the ratio is different and sometimes improved with the mini version, this is pretty much just like a Skittle. I'm the kind of guy that likes to eat multiple Skittles at one time. I feel like part of their allure is that the flavors work together even when you randomize them. But since I like to take a handful of flavors, shrinking them down to mini size doesn't do anything. It just kind of seems like I ate a couple less Skittles when I do it. Oh yeah, pretty good, pretty uneventful. The biggest advantage of Skittles Littles, honestly, is the packaging, the resealable tube, versus like the bag that you rip open and then can't close. It's nice to be able to eat some Skittles, but then be able to close it and save the rest for later. I think that's the biggest advantage of the little Skittles. On the spooky scale though, very low. Spook factor, incredibly low. It's just Skittles with little ghosts on the packaging, basically. So I'll give it a 3 on the spooky scale. Still a big fan of Skittles though, and if you're on a road trip and want some, I think this is a pretty good option, again, for the resealable tube. All right, we've made it to the end. It's the last Halloween treat of the day, and I'm very excited, for I have consumed far too much sugar today. It's the Wicked cereal, elphaba caramel apple. I'm sure that means something to somebody. This is one of 2 Wicked cereals that you can find in the store. This one looks way more Halloween-y than the other one. The other one is very pink and not very spooky, so I went with this one. I don't know anything about Wicked. I don't know about the movie. It seems kind of like a Frozen situation where it's 2 sisters that want a bone or something, but that's all I know about it. I do know that this lady in the movie is the Shrek one. She's super green, so it makes sense that this is green. Now the question I would like to ask you all is, does a caramel apple cereal really sound like a good idea? To me, the answer is no. No, it does not. But it has a witch on it, so it seems Halloween-y, and I don't know, pop culture is good to reference, even if I don't know anything about it. All right, so here is elphaba's green balls. I'm assuming these didn't make it into the movie. They look like freeze-dried bag of peas. Yeah, it tastes gross. It's not as offensive as I was expecting. I think it mostly just tastes like a puffed, corn puff cereal. That's okay. I like corn puffs well enough to, you know, eat this. When you eat enough at the same time, I taste the caramel apple. I still think it's a crazy idea for a cereal flavor, but if you want to eat caramel apple flavored corn puff cereal, fine, it's okay. No, I'd rather have like a Fruity Pebble or a Reese's Puff. Maybe it would be better in a bowl with like some milk? What do you think? Do you think it's fair to taste test a cereal plain? Or does milk change it so much that you should have to put it in a bowl? I mean, I've got a bowl, I'll put it in a bowl. I think as it stands now, I'm gonna give this a 2 on the spooky scale. It's like Halloween-ish themed enough, but if I'm gonna eat a cereal with apple involved at all, I'd rather have an Apple Jacks. Just let me have the Apple Jacks instead. I haven't had Apple Jacks in decades, maybe? Maybe I don't like Apple Jacks. Does Apple Jacks taste like candy apple or apple? Okay, well what I don't have on hand is milk, so we're just gonna improvise, use what we got. You know, caramel apple flavored energy drink in the caramel apple flavored cereal is probably pretty good. And you know, for good measure, when you really want to wake up in the morning, I mean, let's just get some additional caffeine in there. Oh boy, it smells good. It looks like peas and really watery gravy. I think this is gonna be a hit. Now before I take this journey, I would just like to say real quick, thank you so much for watching this taste test video. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you on the other side. This video is sponsored by HelloFresh.
Demons are crawling under mistletoe, looking for a quick dinner in the falling snow. Oh, nasty ghouls cooking such hungry dudes. They're soon to consume the HelloFresh foods. Got the ready-made meals, now the trolls start gobbling. Witches eating healthy with the chupacabra. Vampire don't have much time to cook this week, so he's prepping up a HelloFresh feed. And who could ask for more? It's the HelloFresh product. Mommy is avoiding grocery stores. HelloFresh ships ingredients right to her door. On a spooky sleigh ride, a banshee having fun. Step-by-step instructions, HelloFresh meal is done. Werewolf trying to eat a lot of protein. 15 plus appropriate recipes each week. All the monsters are hungry, but they ain't gonna fight, 'cause their HelloFresh orders are arriving tonight. They say that HelloFresh is gonna make you scream from having so much yum. But if you have too much yum, I need to warn you, you'll have a better life from saving so much time. And who could ask for more? It's the HelloFresh. Who could ask for more? It's the HelloFresh. Who could ask for more? It's the HelloFresh product.
Thank you very much, Hot Dad, for that lovely and seasonally appropriate jingle. And thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. I still love your recipes even after all these years. And you at home can take advantage of the new HelloFresh by using my code brutalmoosefm for 10 free meals for life. 1 free meal per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New or returning subscribers only. Varies by plan. Sign up today. Click the link below or use code brutalmoosefm at hellofresh.com.